Welcome to the podcast of School Beyond Limitations. In this podcast, you will learn how to guide your child through their school life with the intention to help them find their unique essence that will allow your daughter, your son to live a fulfilled and meaningful life. How can I help my child become an independent and self-directed learner? My name is Dr. Martina. I'm the co-founder, CEO, and developer of the school model of School Beyond Limitations. If you would like your child to live a fulfilled and meaningful life, this may be the channel for you. Well, how can I help my child become an independent and self-directed learner and human being? It's evident that we are facing more and more parenting at times where parents actually overprotect their children. They are there all the time. They think they need to control each step of their children. They don't let them do anything by themselves, or they always interfere. And we know this out of the term of helicopter parents, right? Helicopter mom, helicopter father. So when I'm always there and I always think that my child can't do the next step by themselves. So one of the main aspects in this is certainly start in the parenting process as soon as possible when children are still small, to allow them to take responsibility for their own lives, to allow them to move out of their comfort zone, to be there, of course, as their guide, but to rather observe than always interfering. So what does that look like? It looks like, that I allow my child when it's young, very young, to take part in tasks at home, that they help me cook, that they help me and the father cleaning the apartment, in cleaning their on making order in their room and so forth. So it means that they are encouraged to be part of the daily lives tasks. If that's what's happening from the very beginning, and I allow them and I take time for them and observe that process, then they step by step can do more. And it's not about them working or taking everything on board for their parents. It's more them being included in the process of the day-to-day life situation. So if a child is encouraged to set a table, if a child is encouraged to actually clean the table, if a child is encouraged to clean the bathroom afterwards, if a child is encouraged to tidy up when they have made a mess in their playground section at home. And this is happening on a regular basis, and it's based on on making it fun, making it part of, acknowledging that that's just part of what it means to become and to follow the model of the parents, the model of the person who is doing it in their home. That encourages the children to really take on responsibility. The same is when they try out new things, and if they are, let's say, in the playground, that I allow them to actually find out new spaces. I encourage them, or I allow them to talk to other people. Still, I'm there as a parent, and I look at what they are doing, and they know, and I make them feel certain that I see and that I'm there and that I trust them. So it's a step-by-step approach, and the more I allow my child to step out of their, kind of comfort zone by giving them the understanding that they are not alone, that they are looked after, they are seen, and they come back. The more their circle of going away and coming back will increase, and the more they will also take responsibility for the steps that they are doing at home, for themselves, for the family, for their friends. And that gives them also a a sense of pride, a sense of achievement, a sense of I can do it. And the more they experience that, the better this is. So this is a simple way of encouraging a self-direction. And of course, I can't just let go completely and say, yeah, you do it, and I step away. It's more based on a foundation of a safe environment where I showcase that I encourage them to do that, but at the same time, I'm there if they need it. So let's pretend they are cooking something and it's the first time. The first time I may really, guide them through the process in a structured way from the very beginning to the very end. Yeah. The second time I may also guide them, but I take a stand back. The third time, I may say, okay, what would you like to cook? And I would ask them, what is it? What do you need? And I invite them to put everything together, and I tell them, listen, I'm here if you need me, but today you do it by yourself. So it's always step by step. Initially, it's doing it together, and that may take some time, depending on at which age my child is in, of course, and at which developmental level they are. But I'm there and I'm doing it with them, and I'm giving them clear instructions to start with until they get some kind of understanding. Yes, now I know how to do it. The next time I'm observing, and I'm still there, but I'm observing, and I'm just, and they teach me back, so to speak. They show me what they are doing, and then I can come in when maybe something is going out of hand or something. I ask them questions about, are you sure that this is taking you forward? Or I allow them to make the experience, but I'm still there and they are in a safe environment. And the next step is, okay, they are doing it completely by themselves. I may not be even in the same room. I may be in the next, in another room, and they can come and ask me if they have questions. And the very next time, they are doing it without me being there at all. And they know that when I will be back, they can show me the result. But it's clear to start with from the beginning that certain expectations are there, that I would like in the cooking example, that I like my kitchen to be tidied up, that I want my kitchen to be to look like I left it when they started the process, and that afterwards I'm looking forward to tasting what my child has prepared. So it's really about fostering responsibility, and also coming up, as I said before, if it's not working well, coming up with agreements and with clarity what I expect them to do. If I leave a mess, no, that's not okay. So this is something that we already discussed to start with from the very beginning, and there is also clarity in the agreements that it's not okay when there is a mess, and what will happen if there is a mess. So, and the child is involved in this process. The child, him or herself, may say, if it's a mess, then I think the consequence should be this. Or I, as a mother or as a father, can say, listen, this is unacceptable for me, so that would be the consequence in my view. Then you do it on the spot when I'm back, and I expect you to do it, for instance. But then certain commodalities may be taken away. So there needs to be an understanding that there is a consequence, because if there's no consequence whatsoever, that means that the child feels, okay, I can do whatever I want, and it does have doesn't have any impact afterwards, and that is not a very healthy situation. So sometimes being firm, sometimes being clear, and firm and clarity is out of a spirit of caring and love, is very conducive and very helpful and creates an environment and a situation where the child feels seen, feels also taken by their hands, and understands that the adult figure is there to guide and to kind of lead them through the process of becoming an adult, a self-directed and an independent adult that is capable of living then, for instance, by themselves, by not leaving a mess behind when they live with other people, and that allows them to to enjoy life at the end of the day. So this is one of the main reasons. So this is also something that we are doing at School Beyond Limitations. We are hand-holding our students, but there are different layers and levels of guidance. There are students who need more guidance. There are students who need less guidance, but on the basis of how much guidance they need, we take them towards independence and self-direction. And one of the feedbacks that one of our students just 2 days ago left to me, she said, "I'm so grateful for School Beyond Limitations because I've learned to take on initiative in my life. I've learned to speak out. I've learned to be confident. I've learned to reach out to people, not to hide, and to show myself," which is an amazing thing to do. So if you would like your child also to experience an education that's based on self-direction and that's based on the right guidelines that lead towards self-direction and responsibility, then School Beyond Limitations may be the right place for you if we collaborate in a very productive and effective way. You will find the website in the description.
At School Beyond Limitations, we support our students find their unique essence. Feel free to share the content of this podcast with other parents. We are here to show that your children can indeed bring their unique essence into life. So, reach out to us if you think that this is what you'd like your daughter, your son to experience, or apply through our website. Also, leave your comments, your questions, or your review about the podcast. Share it with others. And as you know, sharing is caring.
Trust and you can see.